What's up? What's up? Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. I'm just gonna jump right into it, okay? Now, last night we know what took place. I'm a little late talking about it. I've been rather busy, but the Mavericks took a L to the Suns, 114 to 121. Uh, it for the most part was a dominating performance. Uh, Phoenix didn't really pipe down as much as they should, as much as they should have late, but nevertheless, they were able to get the win because Dallas had ended up outscoring them. Hold on 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Yeah, and I am here, Scrub Zero, and you're not hearing anything because I told you that I had to do something. Hold on, that's what I said. But I'm back now. Let's get to the gist of things, okay? Yeah, I've been here, man. I said, listen, I said, hold on. I know that's what I said. Go ahead and rewind that back, bro. Y'all was doing all that. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, yo, bad my ass, nigga. Man, y'all was doing all that capping on Livewire show yesterday. Now I'm live and in living color now. Thinking y'all slick, but it's all good. I ain't tripping. Nah, salute to Scrub Zero. All right, look. The thing about Luka is the fact that as dynamic as a player as he may be, and as great as a offensive force that he may be, if he doesn't tighten up on first and foremost his conditioning, which I mean it's gotten somewhat better, but he still could use some work. You know, of course, you got to come in. You know, he had issues with that coming into the season. Okay, he had issues coming in with that. You know, in the season or whatever, starting off slow and everything. You know, at the beginning of the year, he was playing horrible, and that wasn't really a surprise because you know if you're coming in and you're not in tip top shape, you can't expect the greatest results at all. And also the reason he's real predictable, and let me tell you why. Because Phoenix is gonna live with Luka scoring all those points like he did. Now, did he facilitate? Yeah, he facilitated. And for people to think that he doesn't have a team, he does have a team around him. As a matter of fact, it was Max Kleber. It was Kleber that was bailing him out a lot of those times, and nobody wants to point that out. It's just like everybody got this. When it comes to Luca, it's like a David Ruffin and the Temptations type of mentality, and that's not going to win you games. Now, nobody talks about the fact that Finney Smith had a solid game because he shot well over 50%. Nobody talks about the fact that what you call who was it? Um, yeah, I already mentioned Cleaver, but yeah, it was pretty much Cleaver. Now, Jalen Brunson had, he had somewhat of a decent game. Not his best game, but he only had one turnover, and that was impressive. But he had four assists and he had a steal. Uh, Luca, for all the work that he did, shooting 44% from the three and shooting 50% because he shot 50% from the field. Um, the thing about it is that he had five turnovers, and also he needs to utilize his team a lot more. You know, Bertans needs to play more. I don't think people understood how well of a 3-point shooter he is too when he was in Washington and stuff. So he's got weapons out there. Reggie Bullock, he made some. He ended up fouling out very very ill-advised fouls that he did, and Reggie Bullock was Reggie Bullock is a force because defensively, he's becoming one of the more better 3-and-D guys. But he does have a team around him. Now, the thing about it is how you gonna utilize those guys. Look, they were in drop coverage at the beginning of the game, and that was pointed out by Brendan Hayward, who's the analyst now. Um, you said Luka settled for a lot of threes along with a lot of his teammate. Brunson had a bad game. Let's be honest. It wasn't that terrible of a game. Um, I think what it was because he only if he had shooting wise, no, he didn't have his best game. But if you want to look at if we're talking about defensively and effort and stuff like that, yeah, he had a decent game, but nevertheless he was still in the minuses. But okay, Luka. Oh, it's see that's what I'm talking about right there, Scrub. It's okay for it's okay for a guy to put up 45 points and get all these fill up the stat sheet and everything, but it's okay for him to have 5 turnovers. Okay? No, that's not gonna win. Listen, it that's what they want. I want y'all to understand that's what they want Luka to do. That's what they want him to do. They want him to tire himself out. Luka is still trying to run the point guard. Luka is still he's never ever going to he's going to continue to be set in his ways. Scrub Zero. He was handling the ball. That's Jalen Brunson's job. Okay, and like I said, he's going to continue to be predictable. Yeah, it's great he scored 45, but you lost. But Jalen Brunson had a bad game. Max Kleber had a bad game. All these other teammates they had a bad game. No, that's not what it is. He has a squad, and as a matter of fact, if listen, they could win the game by doing several different things. Now, getting back to what I was saying about because I'm not trying to talk in circles. It was about drop coverage, and when I mean drop coverage, the defense they were sagging back and letting Luka go ahead and do what he want, do all that dribbling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when he's tried to come in because that's where Luka likes to get in that little area, beyond the free throw area, and that little stop and pop in the middle and all that other stuff. They were just swarming him and letting him do what he wanted to do. Sometimes he's gonna make it, sometimes he's not. But guess what he's doing? He's tiring himself out. And by the time he gets to the fourth quarter, y'all might think, oh, wow, Luka, he's great and all this other stuff. But you don't know that takes away from your team. That takes away from your team. They wanted him. Yeah, it affected his rhythm, but it was Reggie Bullock the one that was in foul trouble. He was the one that ended up fouling out. Scrub. What's up, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. What's up, Luda Rider? I see you in the building. Nah, it'll be a short series. If Luca, what's up, Benichi? I see you in the building. It'll be a short series as long as Luca keeps playing the way that he does. Listen, the greats had to figure it out. Well, particularly when we talk about Michael Jordan, when we talk about guys like Kobe Bryant, but particularly really Michael Jordan. He put up all the points. He would put up 50, 60 points and stuff in the playoffs and stuff like that. Going against all these dominating teams. For instance, I put Phoenix is the nicer version and a more hybrid version of Detroit to an extent of how they're playing against Luka. The reason why I say they're the nicer version is because they're more they're less physical, but they're still scrappy. But they letting Luka do what he wanted to do. Well, what do you think that Detroit let Michael Jordan do? They had the Jordan rule, which was to pretty much force him to everybody clamp down. Don't worry about anybody else. But when Mike comes in, you just pretty much just clobber him. Exactly. And that's what Monty Williams wants to do. Listen, all Luca needs to do is what I told him. And listen, Luca, I want people to know this very, very clear. I vouch for Luca. Matter of fact, I told a lot of guys that Luca would actually get a title before Giannis, and guess what? Giannis proved me wrong. That's how that's how much faith I had in Luca. But I said he needs to get better with his conditioning. Can you imagine Luca, a chiseled Luca, which probably he'll never get to that frame? I'm not going to doubt him or anything like that, but just his body type is probably not going to get chiseled like that. But can you imagine Luca losing like about 20 pounds and then also being able to play both ends of the floor? And he doesn't even really have to be that fast. But the fact that he works hard, he's able to do that because Thibault's not that fast, but he works hard. And I'm talking about a defender. Like Larry Bird. He wasn't that fast, but he was a great team defender. And that's the thing about Luca. He was on the island. One example, he was on the island by himself with Devin Booker, and Devin Booker made him look silly. Another reason why uh, Dallas will not have no chance in this series too. By the way, Luca is playing is because check this out. Like I told Hitman X. Shout out to Hitman X. And I think I told who was it? It was Young, S Young. I think Scrub Zero was on there too. Aiden is going to pose a matchup problem. They're not going to get mad. Who are you going to match him up with? Powell. Powell did what he could do, but he's not keeping up with Aiden. I already mentioned that. And everybody wants to talk. Oh well, Aiden, man, he can't do this and he can't do that. Hey, he was having his. If he can't do this and he can't do that, he sure had his way. He sure had 25 points. And this is another thing that's scary too. Check this out too, right? Everybody's talking about, oh yeah, well Phoenix can't do this and Phoenix can't do that. What they can do is they got multiple guys on there at any given night that can get you 20 points. Chris Paul, he could get you 20 points, and he could shoot damn near 100% when he wants to. Devin Booker, he could get you 20 points. Mikal Bridges, he could get you 20 points. Every single guy that I named just now can all get you 20 points on any given night. Even if Crowder is feeling it, sometime, which that's not likely to happen because he's not known as a scorer, but he could get you there. And even Cam Johnson, because he had 17 yesterday and he shot 60%, including 50% from three. But and see, listen, you got guys on the team that don't mind not scoring. Well, listen. Aiden will have a very great game each game of the series. And see, I know you. Listen, I know we're looking at one. Yeah, campaign can too, but he's more of a playmaker. Uh, and JaVale McGee too. Don't see. A lot of people don't know that JaVale McGee's energy is right off the bench, that sets the tone too. Everybody looking for 30 and 40 and all this other stuff. No, we're not looking at that. I'm more impressed. See, a lot of people don't understand this with DeAndre Ayton. He's always had a field day with Dallas, not so much in points, but guess what? In rebounds, right? I think the last time they played, he had like 17 rebounds. Oh, but no, he's not scoring. He's not doing that. That's what a big man is supposed to do: is be a a tenacious and great rebounder and a rim protector. That's what the original center was supposed to do. But oh man, Aiden, he's not scoring 30. He's not scoring 40. He doesn't need to do that. As long as he's picking and rolling all day and he's cleaning up the glass like it needs to be done, man, Aiden could have 8 points. Just like he did I think it was one year he had 8 points and he had 17 rebounds against them. So it poses a matchup problem. So hey, go ahead. Matter of fact, I want Luka to get 60. Tire his ass out. That would be my strategy. Go ahead. You see all these other guys on here, they're able to get in on the action, right? Look at who all was in double figures. All 5 starters were in double figures on Phoenix, right? Devin Booker had 23. Aiden had 25. Chris Paul had 19. Mikal Bridges had 13. Jay Crowder had 11. And off the bench, Cam Johnson had 17. That's what you want. There was only 4 guys in double figures on the Mavs. So when we talk about all this, oh yeah, well man, Dallas got a chance. They don't have a chance. Not with the strategy that Monty Williams poses. Not with the energy that the Phoenix Suns have. Not with the cohesiveness that the Phoenix Suns have. And more importantly, the Phoenix Suns have already had a taste of what it's like to be in the finals. That's like okay, if you get close to getting with a female, right? For my fellas, right? You get close, really, really close to getting some action. Man, you get really, really close, and then she cuts it off. Man, the next time, guess what? You said, look, I'm not messing up the next time, and that's what the mentality of Phoenix has. They're like, we're not messing up this one. Listen, every a team like the Mavericks is lunch for them all day. It's dinner for them all day. You know why? Because they're so predictable. Luka is very predictable. He's a great player, um, superstar in this league, coming into his own and everything. Finally got out of the second round, but he's predictable. And I'm not gonna sit here and doubt him and say that he'll never get that way because he's already gotten to the second round. Got to give him that. But if he does not improve in those areas in which I pointed out, such as the conditioner, such as being a better playmaker, such as working on the intangible, diving on the floor, hustling for rebounds, all this other stuff, not just like grabbing rebounds just to get stats or just because you just happen to get it because it flew out, but actually getting in there and doing some of the dirty work when things ain't going your way, then it'll help you. You said one of the worst things, one of the worst 40-point I've seen for the player. Mavs need to get more mid-range and player movement. They can do that. And see, a lot of people don't understand why I said Tim Hardaway Jr. was a very key factor in the series. Tim Hardaway Jr. is the type of player that can be all over the floor. Tim Hardaway Jr. can knock down shots. Tim Hardaway Jr. was damn near a 20-point scorer. And they're gonna miss him in this series because he can fly up and down the court too as well. He brings energy. I'm not taking anything away from Reggie Bullock, but who would you rather have, Tim Hardaway Jr. or Reggie Bullock? And Spencer Dinwiddie, he's got to play better. Spencer Dinwiddie was a non-factor. He was 3 of 8. He played 30 minutes. He was 3 of 8, and shot 50% from the three. He got to get more into the action. Yeah, you said Bullock and Dinwiddie were just bodies. Yeah, and it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that coming in there. Spencer Dinwiddie was supposed to be that great, that phenomenal pickup and everything, and he had more of an impact in the previous in the previous series and also towards the end of the season. But as long as look, you, Luka is gonna get his. Luka is gonna get his, but I think Luka knows and Dallas knows. Okay, this is not Utah. You're talking about guys that are efficient. You're talking about guys that move the ball around. You're talking about guys that play defense. You're talking about guys that play every single possession as if as if it means something. And that's how Phoenix plays. And there's little room for error with Phoenix. We're talking about one of the best defenses in the league. At one point, they had the number one, number two defense in the league. Until Boston and Miami and some of the others that had and Golden State started to take that. But besides that, man, we'll see how this series goes. I I think Dallas, at best, they may get one game, but other than that, man, this series, unless they make some sort of adjustment, and it's not even really about so much with Kid making an adjustment, but I think it's more so Luka having to figure out, okay, hey, I need to do this, hey, to make my team better and stuff, and it all become he's still young, but at the same token, you still, that's a part of being a leader, and that's why I said Jalen Brunson is very important to that team. And to me, he's what defines a leader. Although he shot 6 to 16, but he's still the floor general. And Luka needs to come off the ball. That's what I said last year, and that's what I'm saying now. He handled the ball a big percentage of the time, which he shouldn't have did that. Going to tire him out. You said one team settled for a lot of bad shot, one team didn't. That's facts, Scrub Zero. Yeah, hey, I gotta roll out. I want to thank y'all for pulling up. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I'm gonna get at y'all later.